Stronger together than we are apart.
What's this thing?
Go no further!
Eternal devastation! Quiver dragon!
By the power of
You're
blood!
mine!
Now!
It's over!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! Radiant
Dragon swarm! I'll finish you here and do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
The heavens must be smiling.
Maybe something's going on in the forest. I won't forgive you!
Be still! Rising Phoenix! And swallow I'll take you all on! Dragon swarm!
Who wants to
Crush
ride
it!
the hurricane?
Soaring light spear!
Dragon
swarm!
I got it! I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara!
Dazzle! Take this! This one's all mine! Devastation! Soaring...
Free Blaster!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor. A fish! You saw it too, right?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Time to try a different spot. There's a nice breeze here. Ha! I've got something. That was disappointing. Reel it in. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
Ha! I've got a good feeling about this one. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
Yeah! There we go. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
Reel it in. I reeled us in a big one.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh rending cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me, but my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
You can never be too prepared. But did we... Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed. Especially with that...
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives. So it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol. The one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Hi, Hoodle!
Take this! You're finished! Hurricane Thrust! Devastation!
Now airborne beast, my specialty. Where are you going?
You got flyers!
I got this! Let him march now! Frozen!
Hammer!
Dance in the wind!
I'll take you all on! You're finished! Soaring Ice Spear!
I guess you flashes now and again.
Told you! Lies unstoppable!
Shame you're not like that all the time.
Hurricane thrust! I'm on soaring light!
Freeze, Lancer! I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart! When he slows down, that's our chance!
This'll come in handy.
I'll tear you apart! Take this! Rip and tear!
Burning strike!
Glacial Spear!
Begin! Elusive deity! Can't get out of this! Eat this!
Reload!
You're locked! Not so fast! Swallow dance! Elusive deity! Prepare to be sealed! Watch it!
Can you take it in a bind?
Begin! Take this! Elusive deity!
Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Lunar corruption!
Eat this! I'll make you drown! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
I'm even stronger than before.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
This could be useful.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're
Let's dispose of the trash.
I'm surrounded!
Magna Ray! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
You're mine!
Not in your dreams!
Here I come! It's over! Eternal
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Eternal devastation! Here I come! My turn! Dazzle! Rising Phoenix!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
Here I come!
No complaint here! I'm sorry to be a bother.
It's over!
We've all got enough of it.
Here I
Yes,
come!
ma'am.
You're finished! Crush!
We can really make weapons? With this? No backing down!
Lightning! Damn it!
Here's evil!
Rising Phoenix! You're mine!
Where are you going?
It's over!
Now!
Eternal devastation!
Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Easy! Way to go!
Eat this! Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trim it up!
It's
Did you just hear me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right.
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Take this! You're finished! Eternal devastation!
Now!
Drive more!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
Gotta break through!
Marksman handles it.
Take this! It's over! Eternal devastation!
Glimmer Dragon!
You're
This
mine!
one's mine! Raging Storm! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
My lady?
Something you wanted to say?
In here! Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build...
Handle it!
You're mine! You're finished!
Far enough! Burning! Here's my
You're
call!
finished! Eat this!
Get to the wind!
You're mine! It's over! Crush! Dragon Swarm!
Now! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I'll heal you all!
Now!
Now!
Mirage!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
What's this thing?
Gotta break through! Here I come!
I never miss!
You're finished! Here I come!
One primed and ready!
Crush! I'll tear you apart!
What's this?
Eternal devastation!
Do it! Ready!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
This is barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So,
I won't forgive you!
I'm not done!
Where are you going?
Eat this! Confiscating! Here, Flame of Glory! A banana, let's go! Hear my call! Here goes!
Dragon Swarm!
Tourmaline!
Light Burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Dragon down!
Watch this!
It's over! Win! First strike! I'll run you down! You're finished! Glimmer Dragon!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess,
Get lost!
You're mine! You're finished!
Not in your dreams!
Here I come! You're finished!
A banana, let's go!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll finish you!
This one's mine!
Take this! It's over! Crush!
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Dragon Shell! Take this! You're finished!
Not in your dreams!
Take this!
The tide of battle has turned.
Do it! Right.
In an instant! Impact Claw!
Eat this!
Chocolate Splash!
Take now! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
I'm even stronger than before.
Right, here goes!
Can't get out of this!
Take it! It's over!
You're
on!
Mega Ray!
Eternal Devastation!
Lightning Orb!
Eternal Devastation!
It's fresh! Now, one more! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Dragon Shell!
Here
Take
I go!
this!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
Hey. What do you say we fight that shining enemy?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Take this!
Raging Dragon!
Dazzle!
You got me!
In an instant! Impact Claw!
Take it! Dragon Field! Please don't mind if I do! Now!
All good things
Now!
come to
Here
an
I
end.
come! Dragon Swarm!
Now! Ringwell! Frozen! Hammer!
Wish they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
Hey, new equipment! Right, here goes! Here I come! Eternal Devastation! Come one, come all! Dragon Swarm! Chocolate Splash! You're mine! You're finished!
I never miss! Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off! I'm not done!
Photon! Lightning Condemn!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Chocolate Splash! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Guess I misread the landing.
This will be a delicious piece of cake. First aid!
It's over!
No one's mine!
Dazzle!
Eagle Assault! I never miss!
You're mine!
On day one!
It's over!
Water!
Eternal
Here I come!
Devastation!
Dance to the wind! Laser Spear! Here's the Eagle!
Take this! You're
Freeze
finished!
Lancer! Dance to the wind!
Do it!
Who wants to die next?
Dance! Chocolate Splash! Try this!
Here's a
Take
healing
this!
art!
You're
First
finished!
aid! Eat this!
They got me flanked!
In here!
You're mine!
Nice claw!
All the love!
Hey, I'm here too, you know.
Take this!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form.
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
I'm like bait to them.
It's over! Go away! Here I come!
More where that came from! Hard steel! Mine! Purge malevolence!
You're finished! Eternal devastation! Dragon swarm! Blow them away!
We're in the home stretch, guys!
What she said? Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law!
Me? How come I get singled out?
Glacial Spear!
Be still!
Now!
Trigger!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! Primed and ready! Don't mind if I do!
It's over!
Spear! Here's that! Do it!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you? Is it just me, or is anyone else peckish?
What's that big tower over there?
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
There are still so many creatures.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time, of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. See you tomorrow. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
Not this way, I guess.
They got me flanked! Flying spree! Why can't they just sit still?
Seal, can you take care of them?
Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Easy! Way to go! Leave the enemy's arts to me!
No complaints here!
We're cleaning house.
Let me take the rest of them!
Wow, someone's feeling lively! Tornado!
Eternal devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Kitara, frozen!
Hammer!
Well, looky here!
Guess I misread the landing.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough!
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Gale Force!
Eternal devastation!
Eat this!
Eat this!
Talon Hurricane!
Take this! No further!
Gale Force!
Eat this! It's over! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
Speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Burning strike!
Glacial Spear!
Here's evil!
I'm on you! You're finished! Swallow this!
Take
Let's
this.
try this!
Blazing Fury!
Glacial Spear!
Here's evil! I'll be saving this one! Freeze Lord! Not in your dreams!
Swallow this! You're mine!
First aid!
Okay,
Here I go!
Lightning Lord!
Take
You're mine!
Raging Storm!
Here I come!
Lightning
Prepare
Storm!
to deal! Dragon Form!
Healing Circle!
Now I can let loose!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionne's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
So you're Alphen, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then...
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up. Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadeye signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niez, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niez is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell!
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy? Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
What's wrong? All right.
What the...
Hmm?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
Not this way, I guess.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help.
Oh yeah? How's this? Great!
Yes. Hey. Ah?
Good.
Really? What? Yes!
All right. Right.
Really?
What?
Huh?
All right.
Yes!
Over there!
Huh? Yes!
All right.
Yes!
Huh.
All right.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion on Rena sometime?
Sure, as long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda has a nice ring to it, though.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shionne. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help. Mm-hmm. Well...
I see.
Oh. Just great.
Excuse me!
Good.
That's some cryptic text, all right.
It could mean anything. Yep. We just... Look around. In the area for clues or something?
Hey, maybe these are supposed to be different locations?
Oh, now you're into this too, huh?
Dispose of the trash.
No! You made quick work of it.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
I think that might be what we were told to get, isn't it?
What's this thing?
The so-called legendary instrument?
Actually, I think it's one of the freight train parts that I was using for a sword.
I'm sure anything will be fine. We should take it.
not so sure. How's this?
I see.
Great! Huh?
Ha ha ha!
Hmm?
Agreed.
Darling.
I can't believe you managed to shoo off that irritating bard.
Had we brought him along, it would have livened up our journey considerably.
You know, maybe you're right. We could have hit it off.
Yeah, and the two of you could be irritating together.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed. Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the Guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Oh?
Yes!
Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice work.
Oh?
Very nice.
Well?
Yes! What?
What?
I don't believe this!
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now?
Yes!
What?
Very nice. Yes.
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Gotta break through! Take this! It's over! Eternal devastation! Blow away! You're finished!
Here goes!
Oh, damn!
I'm back into the fray!
Soaring light spear! Hurricane flood! Here I come! Burn it hell!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
You know, Law, watching you really makes me realize.
Makes you realize what?
Maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Exactly!
In an instant! Impact block!
Don't get careless. Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
Right, here goes!
Marksman handles
Here I
it.
come!
First strike!
You require
Corruption! I got it!
Quiver Dragon!
Annihilation! Mega Ray! Lightning Power!
Soaring Light Sphere!
Dance in the wind! Sleep Power!
You're
I'll be saving this one! Annihilation! Hurricane!
Prepare to be sealed, though. Actually, that sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Eternal Devastation! Swallow Dance! Flaming Thrust!
Wind Astral Energy!
Here I go!
Into the
Dragon
shadows!
Swarm!
Mega Ray!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
No choice!
Where are you going?
You're finished!
Glacial Spear! Into the wind! Feel! Freeze!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you truly.
Frozen!
Hammer!
Water, hear my call!
I'm on! It's over! We did it!
Less talking, more pummeling.
I still got a ways to go.
Forgive you!
Raging Cascade!
Eat this!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Dance in the wind!
I'm surrounded!
Now!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll be saving
Shockwave Slash! Inferno Turret! Blow away! Eternal Devastation! Get back! Stand back! I'll trip it up.
There's always room for improvement.
Everyone okay?
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Primed and ready. I never miss.
Come and get it.
Wind Astral Energy! Raging
over.
Cascade!
Hear my call.
You're finished. We got flyers.
I got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Air thrust!
All yours.
Photon blast! Lead the enemy's arc to me!
No complaint here. All you think.
Watch it. Try this.
Burning thrust!
Blending Flash.
Spear! Pierce the Evo's
Here I go. This one's all mine.
Do it! Hey! Blow them away!
This is barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
Further!
Strike!
Here I go!
Shockwave Slash! Try this!
By the power of
Turret!
Back into the fray!
Take this!
Blind
We're
freak!
cleaning house.
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively.
Now I'm real mad!
Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane
All
Thrust!
good things come...
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Looks like it could be worth something.
If only I were a cat.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I think Hootle senses something.
Why didn't the Renans take...
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Dragon Form! My astral energy dance in the wind!
Hey there! Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
I'm not done! First strike! Talon Hurricane!
Take this.
Now! Eagle Dive! My turn!
I'll tear you apart.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Destruction!
Eat this.
Take this!
I'm on a roll now.
You're finished! Tear! Devastation!
Do it! Go, Halim!
All yours, Kisara.
Well, looky here.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Eternal Devastation! I'm not done! Dragon Form! Eagle Assault!
Radiant Pierce!
Crush!
Now we're not
You escape!
pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Devastation!
In the glue.
Take it!
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, cause log on.
I'm out!
Eagle Assault!
I'm ready for the next battle.
Never a dull moment on this journey.
Eternal Devastation!
This one's mine!
Take this! Eternal Devastation!
Raging Cascade!
Damn it! Destruction!
Hear my call!
Glitter Blending Flash!
Do it! Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life.
Do it!
Sweet dreams!
Rising Falcon!
Searing Crush!
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
Still, it's a part of you. Embrace it.
Could have been worse.
What's this thing?
Let the marksman handle this.
Take this! Talent Storm! Here I come! Eternal Devastation! Swallow Dance! Dragon Swarm!
Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
Hurricane Thrust! Ride! Dragon Swarm! Here I come! Burn!
Here, let me help.
Shouldn't have
messed
me! Take this! Thanks! Be still!
Lightning! There you go! No let up!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Wind!
Hurricane
Storm!
Tear!
Hurricane Storm! Strike! Tear! Hurricane Storm!
Hear me! Flame!
I owe you one!
Here's the evil! Lightning Endeavor!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
I'll run you
Not
through!
today!
Annihilation!
I'll tear you apart!
Now or never.
Tear!
Shining Supernova!
Here's a healing
Blazing
art.
Cascade!
You're mine! Destruction!
Talent Storm!
Blended Blast!
Do it!
This is looking good. Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
There's something in the water.
An opponent like this should be easy. I owe you one. Hurricane Thrust! Tear!
In a vine!
Rising Falcon!
Ready to go! Rip its head! I'll smash you! Far enough!
Hurricane! Here we go! Hurricane Storm!
I'm just getting started! That freaking does
Dragon
it!
Swarm! Here I come! Wind! Hurricane Thrust! You picked the wrong fight!
Here's a healing art!
Dust to dust! Soaring Light Spear!
Here I come! More red!
Take this!
Here's the evil! Tempest Whirl! Banana!
Take this!
Here, let me help!
Crush!
Now or never.
Raging Fire!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
My astral energy's all over the place.
Are you okay?
Law, I'm kinda trying to concentrate.
Well, excuse me for worrying.
Thank you.
Did you just heal me? Astral Arts?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Hurricane Thrust!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shout!
Here, let me help
now!
Hurricane Thrust! Hurricane Thrust! You're mine!
I can carve through one!
You all tucked away.
You're mine!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
wonder just how many people have been saved by Xion in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renin vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this?
I can't wait to start making our meal.
Ooh, we having something new to eat?
Yep.
Go no further!
This thing is meant
Take this! Not today!
Purge malevolence! Annihilation!
Chocolate Thrust! Try this!
Just getting
started! Inferno Torrent!
Our next
Here I come!
Light astral energy! I never fit! More without sword!
in a bind.
Here's a healing arm! In the wind!
Here I come!
Feel!
Eat this! Tear!
What you doing?
Hurricane Thrust!
Leave the charge!
Eat this! Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Hurricane!
You're finished!
Not on my watch! Eagle!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm impressed.
Purge! Arctic waterfall! Take this help! Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light astral!
Eagle Fly!
Crush you!
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
I'll heal you all!
Watch this!
Raging Tempest!
Armor won't save you!
Healing circle!
Dragon Swarm! Covering wind!
Lightning orb! Raging in here! Flame of fury!
Burn in hell!
Glacial spear! Lightning orb!
You're finished!
Alright, freeze Lancer!
Hurricane Thrust!
It looks like you got now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
No backing down!
Here I come!
Pierce Eagle in here!
Talon
Eternal Eternal Devastation! Crush!
Bigoni Flank!
Alright, it's that time!
Got flyers!
I've got this! Got a marksman! Nice claw!
All yours!
All the field! Oh, I'm through, you know! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Everyone hanging in there?
Go no further!
You're mine! I'll tear you apart! You're mine! This one's all mine! Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation!
They're surrounding
Take this!
Healing
You picked the wrong front! We're cleaning house!
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively.
First strike! Eternal Devastation!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foes. Actually, perhaps found is more appropriate.
Less talking, more
Eternal
doing.
Devastation! Dragon Swarm!
That Mega Ray! Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nice one, Alphen.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
forgive you! This one's mine!
I'm surrounded!
Not in your dreams!
Evil God! You escape!
Whoa! One at a time! Flame!
Eternal devastation! Not today!
Come and get it!
This
kind of battle has
In an instant! Impact Claw!
Divine Wind! Dragon Shout!
Eternal devastation!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Mahag Sar, a land where the winds scar and the clouds stretch far.
Kisara? What is he doing?
Reciting a poem, apparently. Just let him be.
An opponent like this should be easy. It's over! First strike!
On my watch!
Take this!
Lightning
You're
Orb!
finished!
Radiant!
Eternal devastation!
I can handle it! Water! Here, Lightning Orb! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that game.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Freeze Lancer! In
Here
here!
I come! It's over!
What's this?
Devastation!
You got company! Dragon Ray!
Eternal devastation! Trick! Not a chance! No escape!
Tempest!
Ignite!
Pierce evil!
It's over!
Freeze Lancer!
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Explosive ring! You're mine! You're finished! Tear!
Amazing.
Hurricane Thrust!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Talon Hurricane! Eagle! Now I'm in the corner! Talon Tear! Hurricane
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Waterfall!
Hurricane Thrust!
Eagle
Hurricane Thrust!
Flame of Fury!
Try harder! Now!
Glacial
Here I
Spear!
come!
Pierce evil! Whoa! Freeze Lancer!
Carve through armor!
Wind Astral Energy! Raging Cascade! Here, let me help! This'll come in handy.
I'll bring you back
Magic!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Thunderblade! Now I can't hold on much longer!
Glacial Spear.
Lightning Orbs!
You're mine!
Raging Cascade!
Dragon Form!
Seal!
Try harder! Not a chance! Take this! I'll tear you apart!
Radiant Lust!
Take this!
Pierce! Gale Force!
Lightning Run! Do it!
I don't feel so good.
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later. I sense a strange power from this.
I think Hoodle's hungry.
Funny. I could have sworn that was your stomach making all the racket.
I hate camping out.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
There's a nice breeze here. Where should I cast my line? Reel it in. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
Is this what I think it is? This fish is way bigger than I was expecting.
Oh, yeah!
Now, where might those fish be? I've got something. I'll get you next time. I've got something. That's not a fish I see often.
There certainly are a wide array of fish on Dana.
Reel it in. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
There's a nice breeze here. There we go. Well, it's not bad, per se.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
Reel it in. Anybody could reel in that.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances, and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master Core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan's slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
Hey, Rinwell. What was that whole legend you were talking about earlier, back when we were by the gate?
Huh? Oh, you mean about the Darkwings? It's an old story about a Danan hero that's been passed down for generations.
Like I said, I sure haven't heard it before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, long ago, there was an evil king who tried to bring all of Dana to ruin. However, a pure black owl heard the pleas of the people and decided to help. It chose a young hero and bestowed upon them a holy flame that was capable of vanquishing the king. The story goes that the young hero challenged the king and defeated them with the flame. Seeing Dana had been saved, the people flew the crest of the Darkwings as thanks to the owl for its help. From what I understand, it used to be a really well-known story before the Renans came.
I guess our people must have forgotten it over time. It's lucky for us you still know it. You sure are well-versed in these sorts of things, Rinwell.
You know, the part where the hero defeats the king with a flame reminds me a little of Alphen.
Come on, it's just a story. Besides, if we're talking about an owl helping anyone, Hootle would definitely choose Rinwell.
Sure, I might have helped take out our own kind of evil king with the others, but I'm definitely no hero. That and Hootle's wings aren't even black. Huh.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?